We are now going to have our meditation or a silent prayer. Thank you very much. We may be seated. Honorable members and members of the general public, you are reminded that Victor Kanye, Simon Gondo Sports Center was on Tuesday, the 10th of March 2025, declared as a precinct of the Mpumalanga Provincial Legislature for the duration of the sitting. The provisions of the powers, privileges and immunities of Parliament and Provincial Legislatures Act shall therefore apply to this sitting of the House as if these premises where the sitting is held were within the precinct of the legislature. We are now on the statements by members. Honorable members, let me just remind you that in terms of the rules, the time allocation for member statements is as follows, that each statement is 1.5 minutes. MEC's response to a statement is 2 minutes, and we have a maximum of 7 statements that are allowed in these rules. Are there any member statements? Honorable Deputy Speaker.
Sithokoze ohlezi ngaphambili, the Honorable Speaker. I-ANC iyathokozela isimemo umasipala senzeleko or isimemo umasipala senzeleko ebantwini esele baluphele nanyana bakhulileko beminyaka elishumi ezinesithandathu 60 years ubudala nganangaphezulu abogogo nabomkhulu sokuthi bafake imbawo zokuphulelwa irente nonyana umthelo. Isaphulelwe senzelwe ukusukela kubantu abadala abangaberegiko elithelako elivumelekileko namkha nabahlala kumasipala wonke eVictor Kanye. Mhlali ngaphambili Speaker ohloniphekile, indlela ekukhunyiswa ngakho le nemvumelwano zonke nezabantu abaneminyaka elisumi nesithandathu ngaphezulu abafumana inzuzo namkha abahola umrendre nobunikazi bezindlu ngaphakathi kwamasipala lo. Hlangana nezinto abazizuzileyo ngilezi: abantu abalupheleko abafumana inzuzo nemali ngaphasi kwemali engango-4,020 rand ngenyanga, nekusisaphulelo esibalelwa ku-100% ebantwini abatlhagako. Iyaqhubeka i-ANC Speaker ithi kanti futhi abantu abalupheleko abafunyana inzuzo yemali engaphakathi ku-4,021 rand nakuya ku-5,620 nesiphulelo esibaliweko ku-80%. Kanti labo abafunyana inzuzo yemali ephakathi kwa-5,621 and 7,420 labo bebafumana isaphulelo se-60%. Kambe sikhumbule Honorable Speaker ukuthi izaphulelo ezi zingilezi umasipala.
Deputy Speaker, you 1.5 minutes.
Ngilezi siyathokoza Speaker, ngilezi azenzela abantu bekhaya ukuthi impilo zabo zibengcono. Honorable Speaker, i-ANC zinikezela ngamandla ukuthi abantu beVictor Kanye bahlangane nomasipala ukwenzela impilo ziberehe.
Honorable MEC. Coxter.
Ngiyabonga nomlomo ngiyibonga isiphethamthetho isisukumiso bomasango. Into ehle kakhulu vele ukuthi abantu abadala bangasakwazi bakwazi ukuthola isicephezelo somasipala. Siyawuthokoza umasipala waseVictor Kanye, sithi maqhube wenze njalo abantu bakithi bakwazi ukuhelejwa. Siyathokoza.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. Another member statement, Honorable Saidel.
No, thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the ANC rises to appreciate the work of the Department of Public Works, Roads and Transport under the leadership of MEC Tomo for constructing a walk bridge in Ward 7. This intervention of building this walk bridge came as a result of the ANC caucus oversight work done where the issue of the walk bridge was raised by the community during a community meeting organized by the ANC caucus. Singonota lo msebenzi waleli tiko ngoba leli bhiloho litawuncedza umphakathi ekuhlanganiseni iDel Park Extension 4 kanye neDel Park Extension 2 kanye neleli lokishi eButleng. Leli bhiloho lehlisa lo mganga walamakhilomitha langetulu kwalesihlanu lebowuhanjwa ebantwana nabaya etikolweni kanye nemphakathi lebowufuna kuhamba kulo lona lelo libloho lemalokishi lesengwabalile ngetulu nhlonishwa. Honorable Speaker, the prompt response of the department is to this public outcry lends practical meaning for our Freedom Charter, adage that the people shall govern, and affirms the core values that the ANC is leading a responsive government at work to create a better life for all. I so move, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Saidel. Honorable MEC Tomo.
Speaker, sibonge nesiphakamiso noma istatement esilethwa Honorable Saidel. Si department sizibophezela ukuthi sithuthukise izingqalasizinda za wonke umphakathi ongakithi. Njengoba sikomithile ke Speaker ukuthi sizosebenzisana nomasipala wasekhaya, siphinde sisebenzisane nezimayini ezikhona ukuthi sisebenze ngokuhlanganyela ukuthi siphakamise noma sithuthukise imiphakathi yangakithi through infrastructure. Siyabonga Speaker.
Any other member statement? Honorable Fenyane.
No, Speaker. I rise on behalf of Umkhonto Wesizwe Party to the House to note that the overcrowding taking place in schools around Victor Khanye local municipality has unintended consequences, causing serious challenges for the community. The teachers are not able to give individual attention to learners since the classes are packed and sometimes make it difficult to monitor work, particularly when the teachers are doing formative assessment. The teachers are not able to give individual attention to learners since the classes are packed and sometimes makes it difficult to monitor work, particularly when the teachers is doing formative assessment. Management of overcrowding classes makes it difficult for educators to instill discipline to learners, and that actually impacts on the morale of both teachers and learners, who ultimately become victims of drug abuse. Here during Tlp, Honorable Speaker, the MEC was asked a question regarding the building of a new school in order to curb the overcrowding in classes. The MEC told lies by saying the department has and is ready to build the new school.
Mind your 1.5 minutes,
Okay,
Honorable
the
Fenyane.
delay was with the and he said the delay was with the municipality to allocate the site which the school will be built. The executive mayor, Honorable Speaker, told this legislature that the land to build the school was long given to the Department of Education from the municipality. Honorable Speaker, we cannot allow ourselves to be lied to by either the Honorable MEC or the executive mayor. Can the MEC take this out into confidence, Honorable
Honorable
Speaker,
Fenyane, your 1.5
when
minutes is
will
long
the new
exhausted.
school be built in Victor Khanye municipality? I thank you.
Honorable MEC.
Well, Speaker, thank you very much. I might not have heard well the Honorable Fenyane because too much effort. But we agree in terms of the construction of schools, and the matter could be followed up properly so that eventually the community has said, PK, it was Oktola Imfundo. Remember, education is the only way to reverse poverty in our society. So the matter will be taken care with the MEC Education. Siabo.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, let me take note that there's a bit of not hearing very well, but they are attending to the matter. Let me now recognize Honorable Mkabela. I was saying, kunale ekonyana sizwani kahle, but they are attending to it. But I'm noting you, Honorable Mkabela, to present your statement.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise on behalf of the economic freedom fighters to condemn the Department of Education under the leadership of the corrupt to the core and incompetent MEC Kathy Tlp for its failure in addressing the dire situation at Manyazela Primary School, where 3 grades are forced to share a single classroom, while the teacher teaches 1 grade. The learners from the other 2 grades are forced to sleep in the classroom to avoid disturbing the learning and the teaching and learning process. This dire situation has been ongoing for some time, and despite several complaints, the department has done nothing to remedy it. This is a direct violation of the learners' right to quality education. We call on the provincial government to intervene immediately and ensure that this situation is resolved as a matter of urgency. Every child has a right to an education in a conducive and properly resourced learning environment. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mkhabela. Honorable MEC.
Well, siyabonga nomlomo kulesisukumiso saka Honorable Mkhabela. Sivumelana indaba ukuthi imfundo ibaluleke kakhulu. Empeleni government will take action, and I'm not too sure what the scholar referring to, but in other school, in Vakral will be putting extra 2 mobiles in response to the challenge of the overcrowded class in that area. So government were indeed responding to that challenge. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Honorable Marshall.
Honourable Speaker, I rise on behalf of the Democratic Alliance to deliver a member statement. I quote, open quote, "The true measures of any society can be found in how it treats its most vulnerable members," I close quote. The MEC of Agriculture in Mpumalanga stood proudly at the 2024 Provincial Woman Entrepreneur Awards, honouring women for their contribution to food security, job creation and the fight against poverty. But what does it mean to honour someone if the promises made to them are left empty and forgotten? Numerous women and organisations have voiced their disappointment and betrayal. The prize money deservedly worked for has not been paid. Many of these women come from disadvantaged backgrounds and face immense personal challenges. Some represent organisations supporting people with disabilities, including individuals with intellectual capabilities equivalent to that of a 5-year-old. And as we know, a 5-year-old never forgets a promise. Some of these vulnerable individuals are still sitting at the gates, waiting for the MEC to take them to Limpopo to compete against peers of their own, a promise left unfulfilled. They are also waiting for Mother Agriculture to deliver the gifts promised to them in August 24. Some of these gifts amounts to cash in the amount of 100,000 rand. How heartbreaking that hope has turned into quiet despair. The department is failing those it is meant to uplift. Promises alone do not fulfill stomachs or restore dignity. With the financial year drawing to a close, I sincerely hope that Mother Agriculture
Mind the
will
1.5
honour her
minutes, Honourable
word
Marshall.
and deliver those gifts, not just to meet an obligation, but to restore trust and hope among those who need it most. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Marshall. Honorable MEC.
Ngithokoze somlomo, ngithokoze isiphakamiso. Ngenzeka ngenkinga ikhona leyo ichazile Mhlonishwa somlomo. Angimzwanga kuhle umhlonishwa lapha. Kodwa ngizoyilandelela bese ngiyiphendule ngokuyihlola impendulo yakhe. Ngiyathokoza.
Honorable Nqumayo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
If you can just, honorable members, if you can just get closer to the mic so that at least we can hear.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I rise on behalf of MK Party today to address the state of old age homes in Mpumalanga and to emphasize the urgent need for better governance and sustainable solution to improve the quality of life for our elderly citizens. Our senior citizens are the backbone of our communities, having contributed immensely in the development of our society. However, many of them are now facing neglect, poor living conditions, and inadequate health care in old age homes. Some of these institutions suffer from underfunding, staff shortages, and lack of oversight, leading to substandard care. To ensure the dignity and respect of our elderly citizens, I call upon the MEC to consider the following steps. 1, improve funding and oversight, training and staffing, prioritizing training programs that includes the rude and incompetent of our social workers. Private-public partnerships, community-based support systems, health and social programs, legislative reforms. This will review and strengthen the policies governing elderly care and ensure that all age homes adhere to the highest standard of service delivery and accountability. Honorable Speaker, our elders deserve to live in comfort and dignity. As leaders, it's our responsibility to ensure that their twilight years are filled with care, respect, and support so that they live a better life. I urge this House to take decisive action in transforming the governance of old age homes in Mpumalanga for the betterment of our society. I thank you.
Honorable MEC.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Indeed, Honorable Speaker, we are encouraging our NPOs, particularly those that are dealing with our beneficiaries of elderly citizens, that they must take care of them. I'm noting all the things that has been said by the Honorable Member and are taken into consideration, particularly the training of the board that we appoint in these NPOs and also the staff that we recruit. And also, Honorable Speaker, I want to ensure the Honorable Member that I have already engaged the social workers that they have been identified to be arrogant to the portfolio committee that was tasked to do the oversight in that particular area. We are indeed taking that serious behavior that is done by our officials. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. Honorable Weber. Weber W. Yes.
Honorable Speaker, I rise on behalf of the Freedom Front Plus to deliver
Honorable Weber, if you can go closer to a mic a little bit, we cannot hear very well.
Yes. Madam Speaker, I'll try again. Madam Speaker, I rise on behalf of the Freedom Front Plus to deliver a member statement. You heard it from me. The Freedom Front Plus finds it unacceptable that the residents of Victor Khanye local municipality must suffer under water cuts and disruptions because the municipality still owes Roundwater over 386 million for bulk water services, with the municipality failing to make payments since 2019. The municipality has struggled to pay its account even with several payment plans put on the table. In the meantime, residents have been experiencing water disruptions which have impacted daily life and businesses. It is time for the municipality to take its debt to Roundwater seriously. Water is a basic human right, yet it seems not to be a priority to the municipal management. And when the water does come through, environmental issues related to wastewater treatment plants and drinking water contamination are reported. There have been too many reports of water contamination causing diarrhea, chest problems and headaches. There have been many reports of the municipality not acknowledging the nature and extent of the dolomite bedrock foundations underlying the area and the risks of looming disasters due to the forming of cracks and sinkholes. It is time to act for the good of the people. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Weber. MEC.
Thank you, Speaker. We welcome the member statement by Honorable Weber. Indeed, that's the matter we're dealing with. The owing of rainwater by municipalities in terms of the majority of non-payment. The municipality is not able to generate sufficient resource to make payment. However, we're dealing with the matter in assisting the municipality to give the water to the people. That includes the borehole as an additional alternative way to make water available. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you very much, honorable members. Honorable members, I'm going to humbly request that we utilize these mics in the front because we are struggling to hear very well in these mics. I hope it is in order as we continue with our program. Honorable members who are now on executive statement, I am informed that there is an executive statement in the name of MEC Masie. Over to you, Honorable Masie. You are only allocated 5 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity. Greetings to your good self, greetings to the honorable members from the executive, the honorable members from the entire legislature, and the community, HODs and the community at large. Madam Speaker, homes and schools are two environments where children can justifiably expect not to be exposed to violence, action, and threat to their body and psychological safety. One's psycho-physically integrity can be regarded as a person's most valuable possession, and such, the feeling safe in an environment in which she or he is educated is essential if young people were to make most of learning opportunity. Without that, children fail to learn what is necessary to survive in their own environment. They also fail to acquire the skills, knowledge, values, and attitude that will enable them to become adult, able to support themselves and make a positive contribution to the world in which they live. Some form of violence in educational environment are ambiguous, but the South African population is exposed to disproportionately high incident of various types of violence. It affects all people irrespective of age, gender, race, religion, residence, and level of wealth. Naturally, children are amongst most vulnerable of this population. School violence has many faces, include damage to possession and personal adult on and off school premises, child on teachers attack each other, violence and sexually assaulting learners, and learners, community members assaulting teachers, and learners, murder, vandalism, gangsterism, and destruction of infrastructure. On Monday, Honorable Speaker, on the 11th of March 2025, the MEC for Department of Safety, Community Security and Liaison led a multidisciplinary team inclusive of South African Police, Community Policing Forum, Community in Blue, and the Pumalanga traffic law enforcement to conduct a random search and seize in Butleng Secondary School. The operation was exposed to shocking reality of learners carrying dangerous weapons such as knife, illicit substance on social premises and class. Other shocking reality is the free use of cell phone in class, selling of baked daha, lace scones. Honorable Speaker, these reality are a breeding ground for bullying, gangsterism, and many leaves both learners and educators at risk. Honorable Speaker, I therefore recommend that the Department of Community Safety, Security and Liaison with law enforcement agents must enhance the random school search intervention to cap the circulation of illicit substance item in school premises, including carrying of dangerous weapon and the use of illicit substance by learners at school. The Department of Community Safety, Safety and Education, Social Development joint develop and implement a multidisciplinary strategy to cap the scourge of illegal substance and drug abuse within school premises. Working together, we can cap this escalating circulation of illegal substance, which lead to violence and further endangering the future of Pumalanga learners, educators. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. The executive statement that is being presented by the MEC is not the one that was sent to the legislature. Remember, the executive statement is sent to us before so that we prepare. Now he's reading something that we don't have here. Can you
The
please
executive statement was never sent to you, is what you are saying.
I'm saying the executive statement that the Honorable MEC is raising is no longer the one that was sent to the legislature. He's adding, and the executive statement, remember, it's sent to us before. So now what he's reading there is not what we have in here.
Okay. Thank you very much, Honorable MEC. I think, honorable members, we may not dwell that much on the exact words by words. Let's speak. I think the MEC was speaking to the statement. If there's anything that has been changed, honorable members, you are going to be given an opportunity as different political parties. But I think what the MEC was speaking or was reading, it was on the statement. However, he was not reading word by word, but it is the content that is in the statement. Honorable members, I'm now going to give political parties an opportunity to comment on the statement. Each political party will be given 3 minutes each, starting with the MK party. Honorable Skosana.
Thanks, Honorable Speaker. I like to respond to the MEC of Safety and Security and Liaison. Madam Speaker, I rise on behalf of Umkhonto weSizwe Party in response to the executive statement delivered by the MEC of Community Safety and Security and Liaison. Ensuring the safety of the learners in our schools require comprehensive and multi-phase approach that integrated robust security measures, foster a positive learning environment, enhance emergency preparedness. Madam Speaker, as a member of Umkhonto weSizwe Party, allow me to outline the key aspects in this approach. 1, security measures, access control, implement a strengthened access control system, including the visitors management protocols, ensure the entrance point to prevent unauthorized access to school premises. Deterrence, deploy visible security personnel, surveillance cameras, clear signal to detect potential threats, emergency preparedness, establish a regular conduct emergency drills, including fire drills, evacuation plans to ensure that both staff and students are well prepared for various emergency. Transportation of safety, prioritize the safety of students during the transportation by maintaining school buses in optimal condition, ensuring that the drivers are adequately trained and securing design routes, fostering positive learning environment, emotional safety, create a classroom atmosphere where students feel emotionally secure and supported, allowed to actively participate, take
You are less than 1 minute
academic
left.
risk, engage in meaningful with the curriculum, bullying prevention, ensure clear policy and procedure to combat bullying and harassment when providing adequate resource affecting students. Positive relationship, promote strong relationship between student and staff, cultivate a sense of community and belonging. Parental involvement, encouraging active parental participation in school activities, safe
Your time
initiatives.
is exhausted,
As a parent,
Honorable
play a
Kosana.
critical role in ensuring security on school campus. In conclusion, Madam Speaker, the rhetoric expressed by the MEC in his statement is not new. We have had such commitment before, yet little have changed unless strictly enforcement measures are implemented. Safety challenges in our
Thank you
school
very much,
will
Honorable
persist.
Kosana.
The MEC must return to this House with a detailed report outlining the tangible step taken addressing this pressing issue.
Honorable
Thank you, Madam
Kosana,
Speaker.
thank you very much. EFF, Honorable Malachi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Greetings to your good self and honorable members. Honorable Speaker, I rise to respond to the executive statement made by the MEC. But Honorable Speaker, we must raise this issue that we are disappointed by the MEC for sending us the executive statement, but today he has changed and added some of the executive statement of which we are unable to respond to. Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the economic freedom fighters, we note the executive statement raised by the MEC for community safety, security and liaising, Honorable Jackie Masie, on the random search and seizure conducted at Botleng Secondary School. We also acknowledge the recommendation by the department to enhance this random school search intervention, as well as development and implementation of the multidisciplinary strategy to curb the scourge of all illegal substances and drug abuse within the school premises in collaboration with the social development. However, while we commend this recommendation put forward by the department, we emphasize the need to ensure that such interventions are not only reactive to the crisis faced by the old, but also preventative. We need to address the root cause of the drug abuse and the carrying of dangerous items within our schools through education and community engagement and support services for the learners at risk. We also ask the department to involve teachers, parents, and local community in the strategy
You have less than a
implementation
minute.
to ensure that it is effective and sustainable in the long term. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Malachi. The DA, Honorable Sekaledi.
Honorable Speaker, we will respond to the MEC in this manner. The state of our schools is but a mirror that reflects the state of our leadership. The rampant violence, substance abuse, and the lawlessness that now threaten the future of our children are not isolated incidences. They are symptoms of a broader societal decay fueled by poor leadership, corruption, and the absence of ethical role models. The society is a reflection of those who lead it. When unqualified individuals are promoted, when corruption goes unchecked, and when integrity is compromised at the highest level, it is only natural that these values, or the lack thereof, trickle down into our communities. Our children do not learn in a vacuum. They absorb what they see in their leaders. When power is cut, when those are in power cut corners, they too learn that the rules are meant to be broken. When politicians engage in unethical conduct without consequences, young people see dishonesty as a viable path. When the pursuit of power is prioritized over service, our children grow up believing that success is achieved through manipulation rather than merit. The violence, lawlessness, the drug abuse within our schools are not just issues of discipline and enforcement. They are societal echoes of leadership failures. It is often said that when leaders cough, the society catches a cold. Today, our leaders are not just coughing. They are infected with greed, negligence, and self-interest. The result is a generation of children bearing the consequences of their actions. If we are to address the crisis of schools, we must start by addressing the crises of our leadership and must cultivate a culture of accountability where integrity, qualification, and ethical conduct are prerequisites for those in positions of power, of administrative power, and to seclude the sick, twisted leaders who demand sexual favors for work opportunities. We must reinstate the values that teach our children that success comes through hard work, honesty, and commitment to the greater good. A safe and prosperous future for our children begins with responsible leadership. It is time to restore the moral fabric of our nation, and not just through policing our schools, but by setting examples in the corridors of power. Only then will we see a meaningful and lasting change in our communities. I thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Scaledi. Honorable Weber, Freedom Front Plus.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity. We must have law and order in this country. And law and order cannot be left to society or to members within the society. Law and order must be imposed by the government. But where does it start? We must start from home with the upbringing of our people. Izingane zethu funa ukuthi sikhulise ngokuhlonipha, ngokulandela umthetho. Asikwazi ukuthi sishiye lo msebenzi ukuthi ube sesikolweni. Cha ke esikolweni nakhona kuyenzeka kodwa kuqala konke kuqala ekhaya. I take it that these are the parents that are responding. I thank you for that. We are in agreement with that. But thereafter, after the upbringing at home, then we send our children to school to learn the basics of society. Thereafter, if they have finished school, then we leave law and order to government. And that's why we are here. I thank you for the opportunity, Madam Speaker. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Weber. Noting that Action SA is not present, now I'm calling upon the African National Congress.
Honorable Speaker, I fully agree with the executive statement by the Honorable MEC Masiye. His statement amplifies the long-held view that the Freedom Charter remained a fountain and a seminal tool in which we draw inspiration and wisdom. but more importantly serves as a source of policy development that guide the development of a truly non-racial, non-sexist and prosperous nation. Kule viki, Honorable Speaker, sibone MEC ahamba angena khona la eDelmas eyikolweni namaphoyisa la khona athole insango amakhekhe afakwe insango ama cigarettes kusho ukuthi ini lokho siyaku appreciate kusho ukuthi ini lokho wena Honorable Speaker I department imisele ukuthi ilungise izikolo zethu kube indawo ephephile for abantwana bethu. Sithanda ukugqugquzela siqale ngomphakathi ukuthi nawo unengcenye ekufanele bayidlale lapho ukuthi izikolo zethu ziphephe. Honorable Speaker, we calling on the MEC ukuthi aqhubeke ngalomsebenzi omuhle kodwa intensify le project noma lo msebenzi wokwenza ukuthi izikolo zibe indawo ephephile ngokuthi kube nokusebenzisana kwama department amaphoyisa ezokulungisa Department of Justice, Correctional Services, even now lama wardens, even the local government sifuna kubona an intensified collaboration ukuthi izikolo zethu zibe indawo ephephile. Ngiyangigcina wena ohloniphekile somlomo akunedi ukuthi
You are left with 1 minute.
kuphela kodwa umsebenzi wethu including I-opposition party ukuthi singagcina ukukhuluma la asiyene ezikolweni soyenza le izikolo zethu ziphephe nabantwana bethu bathola imfundo ngendlela efanelekile. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mnini. Honorable
Ona
members
choice,
who are moving,
otherwise we'll be shown a door.
we are now on motion without notice. Are there any motions without notice? Honorable Koza.
Angibonge somlomo lohloniphekile egameni lenhlangano lebusako iAfrican National Congress sincoma litiko letempilo ngekwakha umtholampilo losecophelweni lelisetulu. Somlomo tivakele tikhalo temphakatsi kutsi sive sesanzile kanzi futhi imitholampilo lekhona lapha ekhaya eVictor Khanye beyingasakhoni kumelana nelinani letiguli letifuna lisito. Tibalo takamuva tivete kutsi umphakathi waseVictor Khanye wenyukile kusuka ku-84,000 kuya ku-106,000. Hulumende kanye nalabanye besisi betimali babese bakha umtholampilo iButleng Extension 6 CHC lonemagumbi lasecophelweni lelisetulu nalabaluleke kakhulu emitholampilo. Ngetinhlelo telitiko letempilo lomtholampilo kumele usebente emahora langu-24 kepha kwanyalo usasebenta amahora langu-12. Somlomo sikulangatelele ukuthi lomtholampilo usebente emahora langu-24. Lona mtholampilo uyoba lusito nakutigulane letiphuma esifundzeni lesingimakhelwane eGauteng. Ngiyabonga Somlomo.
Thank you very much, Honorable Koza. The question before the House is whether the House agreed to adopt the motion.
Agreed.
Yes, so agreed. Honorable Monini.
Honorable Speaker, on behalf of the African National Congress, I would like to rise and move a motion without notice for this House to applaud our hard-working MEC Jackie Masia. Noting that the Department of Community Safety, Security and Liaison under the stewardship of Honorable Masia led a search operation at Butleng Secondary School whereby illicit items like dagga knives, cell phone and bagged dagga laced scones were uncovered. We are pleased that our MEC has assured us that together with the Delmas Police, they will shut down all these illicit drug operations. It's pleasing to see the drive towards creating a secure environment for our learners and teachers. Honorable Speaker, We urge all stakeholders from different departments such as correctional services, the police, the Department of Social Services to continue working together to make our schools safe and further urge community members to play their role in securing our schools. Nale opposition singakhulumi kuphela. Asiparticipate in siyenze izikolo zethu zibe safe. Ngiyabonga.
Honorable members, does the House agree to adopt the motion?
Not agreed, not agreed.
Motion is defeated. Any other motion, Honorable Shongwe?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise on behalf of Umkhonto weSizwe to raise a motion without notice. Honorable Speaker, Umkhonto weSizwe party disagree and condemn the latest budget proposal tabled by the Minister of Finance, Enoch Godongwana. We urge Parliament and all sober South Africans to vote and stand up against this budget, which seeks to further burden poor South Africans through yet another increase in VAT. This is not budget designed for the people. It is designed to sustain the corrupt and incompetence that has plagued the seventh administration. It is another desperate attempt by President Cyril Ramaphosa to force struggling South Africans to foot the bill for his government's corrupt fuel mismanagement. He raised VAT from 14% to 15% in 2018, and this burdened ordinary South African citizens while allowing corporate tax evasion and mismanagement to continue unchecked. His government seeks to push VAT even higher to 15.5%, forcing the poor to subsidize the corrupt elites while the economy of the country is already in ICU. Umkhonto weSizwe Party refused to let the state continue funding corruption through VAT increase and deepens the scars of poverty in our society. The President must take full responsibility for indebting the nation through corruption-inspired loans. In closing, Honorable Speaker, Umkhonto weSizwe Party stands to improve the lives of all South Africans and to put an end to maladministration, wasteful expenditure, and theft. We aim to capacitate SARS and collect more tax from corporates. Honorable Speaker, it's up to the South African to decide. I so move.
Honorable members, does the House agree to adopt the motion?
No.
Motion is defeated. No. Any other motion without notice? Honorable Ndlovu?
I'm taking Carlo Nifushela Speaker, Nifushela Indo Ngwai, Ningaravalu Fushela Mrangeri wa EFF, Commissar Colin Sidibe, and to say happy birthday to you, Ukula Orengana Ndlovu. Honorable Speaker, I rise on behalf of the economic freedom fighter to deliver a motion without notice. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the Parliamentary Portfolio Committee meeting on youth, women and people living with disability, it was discovered that the NYDA live interview that one of the mega board members, Mr. Zweli Masilela, falsified his CV. Furthermore, through a whistleblower, it was revealed that Mr. Zweli also forged his BTech degree certificate. I rise on behalf of the economic freedom fighter to table a motion without notice that the premier of the province, with his power vested in him, he must immediately recall Mr. Zweli Masilela as the member of Mega Board. I so move, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ndlovu. Does the House agree to adopt the motion?
Agreed.
So agreed. Thank you very much. Any other motion without notice?
Agreed.
Honorable Sekaledi?
Progressive ANC.
No.
No.
Agreed.
We are late, we have passed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I rise to deliver a motion without notice on behalf of the Democratic Alliance, noting that the government of Mpumalanga has deployed crime prevention wardens as part of the efforts to enhance community safety and the combating of crime. There is a lack of clarity regarding the legislative framework under which these wardens operate, their legal authority, and the specific laws that govern their actions. There is a concern over accountability, particularly regarding potential legal consequences that could arise through their operations that do not align in law. We are highlighting this to the Honorable House questions about the oversight mechanisms, training program, and the operational mandate of the crime prevention wardens. Further noting that clear legislative and regulatory guidelines are essential to prevent operational overreach and ensure that these wardens function within the confines of the law. The risk of lawsuits or legal actions against the state due to unlawful conduct by wardens necessitates a structured approach to accountability and responsibility. And effective crime prevention strategies must balance law enforcement and adherence to constitutional rights and due process. Therefore, I move that this House adopts that the Department of Community Safety, Security and Liaison define and publicly outline the specific legislation under which crime prevention wardens operate. Secondly, that the department provide an explicit legal framework detailing their powers, limitations, and scope of work in alignment with national policing and security laws. And thirdly, the policy framework be established to clarify which entity bears responsibility for any legal actions or damages arising from warden operations. And lastly, that the department implement a transparent mechanism for public complaints, oversight, and redress to ensure lawful conduct by wardens. I so move.
Thank you very much, Honorable Skaledi. Does the House agree to adopt the motion?
No.
Agree.
No.
The motion is defeated. I heard a no this side.
Said no. We said no.
Yeah. Honorable
We.
members.
Said no.
Someone is saying we. Don't do that.
Who's we? Said no.
Honorable
No.
members, don't do that. We are on motions without notice. Honorable, okay, I'm checking whom didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Honorable Demande.
Akafuna ukuakhanda thina.
Somlomo ohloniphekile kanye namalunga esishayamthetho. Somlomo egameni leqembu lomkhonto wesizwe ngithanda ukuphakamisa ukungaphatheki kahle ngendlela izinga lezingozi zamabhasi ezenzeka emigwaqweni yethu yalapha eNingizimu Afrika ngendlela eseliphakeme ngakhona liyashaqisa. Isifundazwe sethu saseMpumalanga naso sikhungathwe yiyo lenkinga. Okubuhlungu kakhulu ukwazi ukuthi lezi zingozi zenzeka kakhulu kulamabhasi nezinqola ezithwala abantwana bethu besikole. Yingakho ke Somlomo kufanele siqikelele ukuthi lamabhasi athwala izingane zesikole ahlala sesimweni esigculisayo futhi awathwali abantwana bethu abangaphezulu kwenani elisemthethweni. Abantwana bethu balayishwa yilamabhasi baholi bethu bakusasa. Nesizulu siyasho sithi inkunzi isematholeni. Kanti futhi sifuna ukuphepha kwabo kube yinto ehlala isezingqondweni zethu Siyacela ke somlomo ukuthi umnyango wezokuthutha oholwa umphathiswa MEC aqikelele ukuthi okanye aqinisekise lesishaya mthetho ukuthi izimoto namabhasi athwala izingane ayohlala asesimeni esisemgangathweni ngezikhathi zonke ukuze inhlekelele eyenzeka emafube lapho salahlekela khona izingane zethu ezisithupha ingaphinde yenzeke lapha eMpumalanga. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ndimande. Does the House agree to adopt the motion?
Agree.
So agreed. Honorable Marshall, which is the last motion without notice.
Honourable Speaker, I rise on behalf of the Democratic Alliance to move a motion without notice, noting that the ongoing avian influenza crisis in the United States has significantly disrupted poultry production and supply chains, creating a gap in the global market for high-quality poultry products. Further noting that this presents a strategic opportunity for South African farmers, particularly in the province of Mpumalanga, to increase their production capacity and expand their export footprint to meet the growing international demand for poultry products. Also noting that Mpumalanga's agricultural sector has the potential to benefit from this market shift, provided that the necessary support, infrastructure, and trade agreements are facilitated to enable farmers to meet international health and safety standards. Further noting the importance of strengthening biosecurity measures, improving veterinary services, and supporting emerging and commercial farmers to capitalize on this opportunity. I therefore move that the Department of Agriculture, Rural Development, Land and Environmental Affairs to engage with national and international trade bodies to unlock export opportunities and provided that the necessary financial and technical support to Mpumalanga's poultry farmers. The department to work closely with the South African Poultry Association and other relevant stakeholders to ensure that Mpumalanga's farmers are equipped to compete effectively in the global poultry market. I so move.
Thank you, Honorable Marshall. Does the House agree to adopt the motion?
Agreed.
So agreed. Honorable members, thank you very much. We are moving now to notices of motions. Are there any notices of motions? Honorable Makabane. Honorable. Not a formal motion yet. Not a formal motion. Okay. Notices of motion, yeah.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for the opportunity. The African National Congress would like to table a notice of motion in accordance with Rule 84A of the Legislature Rules and Orders, noting that the year of 2025 marks 70 years since the adoption of the Freedom Charter through the Congress of the People in Kliptown, June 1955. The Freedom Charter remains a foundational anchor of our democratic principles and a profoundly revolutionary document that serves as the enduring policy blueprint for the society we seek to create. The inclusive and broad participation which inspires the compilation of the Freedom Charter represented a watershed moment in the struggle against colonialism, apartheid, and patriarchy. I therefore move that this House, in its next sitting, debate the following. Number one, give positive appraisal of the progress of the ANC-led government has achieved in fulfilling the Freedom Charter demands. Number two, how best
the legislature and the people of Mpumalanga can celebrate the 70 years of the Freedom Charter. I so move, Honorable Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Whip. The motion is noted and it will be dealt with. Please don't forget to sign the motion and send to the office of the Secretary. Honorable Sedibe.
Oh, there's only one mic now, but all of them, they had two before me, but it's fine. Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and greeting to you and the whole people of Victor Khanya. I think these are the things that you must clap hands for, not kuthi nishaye izandla ukuthi ukhuluma umlungu and umlungu ukhuluma isiZulu. Honorable Speaker, kubuhlungu ukuzwa ukuthi 30 years isenkululekweni abantu base Victor Khanya from Ward 1 to Ward 9 banazo zonke inhlobo zeinkinga ngaphansi kwenhlangano ebusayo iANC. 30 years ngaphansi kwembuso wenhlangano yeANC. Abantu base Diepkloof, Blackfontein, Red Kale Farm abanamanzi, abanamigwaqo, abanagesi and solo bathenjiswa ama-boreholes namhla nalokhu abanawo. 30 years siholwa inhlangano yeANC. Bantu base Mimosa, Ilove Farm abanazindlu nama-toilet bazinceda ngaphandle. 30 years ngaphansi kwembuso weANC. Bantu base Maplazini, Dryden, Shannon, Flagplatz Farm basanenkinga yomhlaba, imigwaqo, abakhona nokuthola izindlu nemitholampilo ngoba umhlaba usaphethwe abamhlophe. Mashumi amathathu eminyaka ngaphansi kwembuso weANC, including the 9 wasted years of the Mkhonto weSizwe Party President Jacob Zuma. Abantu base Victor Khanya balala bame ngeenyawo. Honorable Speaker, ngoba bangenelwa amanzi ezindlini, izindlu zama-RDP zakhiwe phezu kwesitete semanzi, ama-sewer spillage agcwele zonke itrati. 30 years ngaphansi kwembuso weANC, abantu base Victor Khanya ikakhulu ulusha bathi balala kuma-backroom, balala njengama-saltine or ifish zama-saltine ngoba abatholi imisebenzi kuze bakhone ukwakha izindlu zabo nemindeni yabo. Noma ba-aplayela ama-RDP, Honorable Speaker, abawatholi ngoba ama-councillors e-ANC anika izihlobo ama-boyfriends and girlfriends out. 30 years ngaphansi kwembuso we-ANC, abantwana base Victor Khanya,
you have 1 minute left.
Izikolo zidinga izikolo zindala zibonakala inhlabathi ngaphakathi kwefloor, akunama-desk, akunama-classroom. Ngaphansi ko-MEC Dlamini ocorrupt kwayizolo lo utholakale eCapital eSentin amithane nabo businessmen. 30 years under ANC. Umasipala wase Victor Khanya uswela ngisho i-dumping site, uswela ngisho i-testing ground. So, Honorable Speaker, in light of le nkinga zabantu base Victor Khanya, I therefore, on behalf of the EFF, move that this House, in its next sitting, debate who declare Victor Khanya under disaster, and also debate ukuthi kumele select a special economic zone la Victor Khanya kuza inkinga zalabantu ziphela. Ngiyabonga Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Sedibe. The motion as well is noted and it will be dealt with accordingly. Like we said, let the motion signed 1% to the office of the Secretary. These were the two formal motions, notices of motions. Honorable members, on formal motions, I am informed that there are no formal motions. As a result, we will now move and proceed to the order of the day, where I'm going to request the Secretary to read the first order of the day.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker and the House at large. Order number 1, closing address by the Leader of Government Business and MEC for Coxa, Honorable S.K. Mashilo.
Thank you very much, Secretary. Honorable members, let me call upon the MEC, noting that the Premier of the Mpumalanga province is unable to attend this sitting today due to other prior government commitments. He has therefore delegated the Leader of Government Business and the MEC for Coxta, Honorable SK Mashilo, to deliver the closing address as I call upon him to deliver this closing address. Honorable Mashilo.
Thank you, Speaker, Deputy Speaker, members of the Executive Council, honorable members of this august House, our Mayor of Victor Kanye Municipality and the Speaker, the District Executive Mayor of Nkangala, our Chairperson of the House of Traditional Leaders, Nkosi Mukwena, and the President of Contralesa, Abondabezita in our midst, community of Victor Kanye Sanbonan. Speaker, sijabula kakhulu ukuthi namhlanje sifika lapha ekugcineni egameni lendunankulu ubaba uNdlovu, as correctly said, banomhlangano nomongameli to discuss the infrastructure ye country as well as the province. We are therefore represented by our Premier, who could not make it today to close this session. Speaker, the legislature came here on Monday, and today is the last day. Sithanda ukuthokoza umphakathi walapha ekhaya ukuthi usimukele kakhulu ngendlela usimukele ngakho, sizwa sijabule kakhulu. Umphakathi walapha Victor Kanye ube nethuba lokukhuluma namalungu esiphethamthetho. Thanda ukuthokoza amalungu esiphethamthetho njengoba ngibabonile ba-attenda wonke ama-session abekhona, futhi abahlonishwa ama-MEC kanye nama-HOD babe nethuba ukuthi baphendule inkinga zomphakathi wakithi. Kumthetho, and siyathokoza kakhulu ukuthi lesiphethamthetho sizwisisa kahle ukuthi funa siye ebantwini sibe nethuba yokukhuluma nabantu, abantu babe nethuba yokukhuluma nathi sisiphetha umthetho. Lokho kuyasijabulisa ugovernment wase Mpumalanga. The values and principles of public participation are premised on the belief that those who are affected by a decision have a right to be involved in the decision making. Lokho kubonakala ukuthi konke ekuzayenzeka noma kwenzekako nani nifakile umbono, nafaka isandla ukuthi kwenzeke njani and kwenzeke nini. Lokho kuyasithokozisa, sithi umphakathi wase Victor Kanye mawuhlale wenza njalo. Sichaza futhi ukuthi Mayor walapha eVK nawe zanjalo ubize izimbizo futhi namakhansela abize emhlangano emawodini. Kulapho emawodini ufuna ube ne-attendance register, ama-City W akuncedise ukuthi ekugcineni sikwazi ukubona abantu abaze emhlanganweni banikeza imbono ukuthi ekugcineni sikwazi ukuqhuba lapho sihlala khona siye phambili. Uba masingakwenzi njalo izathi isiphethamthetho masifikile abantu baveze inkinga eziningi, lokho kuchaza ngathi akukho kwenzekako emawodini ngoba abatholi impendulo noma inkinga zabo azicazulula. The intention of the public participation and the involvement in the democratic processes is primarily to influence decision-making processes that reflects the will of the people. We have gathered here in the area that was appropriately named after Victor Kanye, a struggle hero and anti-apartheid activist who together with many freedom fighters fought hard for the liberation of our country. In honor of his selfless leadership and his commitment to non-racial, non-sexist, democratic South Africa, the people of Victor Kanye named this municipality after him, Victor Kanye. We are grateful for that. Sithokoza kakhulu for that. Victor Kanye is known in the history of this country, where it has hosted the United Democratic Front members under Delma's treason trial from 1985 until 1989, including Abo George Bizos, Babe Kona Lapa, ba represent Makawe too. So if Victor Kanye akusincane in the history of South Africa, let alone the history of Mpumalanga. As we meet here today to reflect on the events of this long week engagement with our people, we are indeed encouraged by the level, the spirit and the interest of engagement shown by the people of Victor Kanye. Sibonga kakhulu mphakathi wase Victor Kanye ukuthi kufika manje hayi nisiphathe kahle kakhulu. Siyabonga. It is therefore befitting to extend our gratitude and appreciation of the outstanding excellent work that Madam Speaker and the Deputy Speaker and all honorable members of this legislature and officials have done in this area of Victor Kanye. There were a number of engagements with stakeholders, up including yesterday, where the business stakeholders here in Victor Kanye, they were engaged. I had an opportunity to attend that engagement, and indeed it was quite robust and quite interesting. We believe that we have taken a very bold step towards the fulfillment of the key pillars of the principle of our democracy that promotes, among others, accessibility, openness, inclusiveness, respect of self-expression, and timeliness. These principles are also echoed on the common understanding that nothing can be done for our people without their consent, their involvement in their participation. So it be so at a ward level. Nothing must be done for you in your absence. Attendan imhlangan yamakhansela. The newly endorsed MDP, which is called Medium-Term Development Plan, is a reflection of the principles and policies of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, but also on the NDP, the Freedom Charter, and the ANC Manifesto and various other pieces of legislation that guide us on the day-to-day basis as an endeavor to deliver services to all people of Mpumalanga, including you, Victor Kanye, the poor and the drowned. This medium-term development outlines the government priorities over the 5-year period, which amongst others pays particular attention to the following: 1, driven inclusive growth and job creation; 2, reducing poverty and tackling the high cost of living; the third one being building a capable and ethical developmental state. While these 3 strategic priorities are interrelated and interlinked, driving inclusive growth and job creation is viewed as an apex priority. All spheres of government, clusters and sectors will pay special attention and prioritize relevant economic interventions. I've equally listened, honorable members, indicating challenges that this municipality is faced with. Indeed, as government, we take note of all issues raised by yourself, honorable members, up including the communities, and government shall respond because we are the government of the people, elected by the people, and we do listen, Honorable Setibe. Madam Speaker, it is always an honor and humbling experience to come to contact with the people who voted us to be members of this provincial legislature. Remember, all of us here who are voted, we have a responsibility, not only government, we are paid because we are representing the people. We are more inspired and determined to continue with the agenda of taking Mpumalanga to the greater heights. That project will never be complete if Victor Kanye is not included. We'll do so. The issue of unemployment, in particular the youth unemployment, is of a great concern. The unemployment rate in these municipalities by the 2023 stood at 31.4%, while the youth unemployment stood at 41.7%. Working with the national government through the programs like Presidential Youth Employment Private Services, our own expanded public works program, and the private sector will prioritize the job creation in these municipalities. We have equally noted as government there are a number of mines kulo masipala wase Victor Khan. Hence we agreed with the proposal that suggests to indicate that the municipality may invite all mines in this area to have the mining indaba to deal with the matters affecting these municipalities, and will encourage that to happen, Mayor. Ubiza abo somashishini abo mine abala Victor Khan, nixoxisane up including assisting this municipality to respond on the issue of the infrastructure that is dilapidated. To alleviate youth unemployment and support, Department and the Premier's office have spent over 250 million over a period of time that respond to the youth in the province. I must indicate here in Victor Kanye, you have equally benefited. However, we've also decided to come very closer to this space and monitor the performance and the sustainability of this business so that they succeed and continue to employ other young unemployed people. Victor Kanye local municipality is an agricultural hub of this region. We are looking forward to farmers of this area also contributing and benefiting to the soft launch of Mpumalanga International Fresh Produce Market that will be operated from the next month, which is the new financial year. We are looking forward with abantu balapa Victor Kanye nabo bakwazi to participate to make sure that Mpumalanga International Fresh Produce Market yakwazi to benefit from this area of Victor Khan. Indeed, our Department of Agriculture will come very closer to the number of applications and the people who want to do farming in the area. However, we must warn you and caution you very seriously. If you are given a farm, unga invite abantu to come and invade that land. Use that farm to produce food so that we can feed our people that are residing at Lokshen. Ungathola uhlezi lapho so ucisha ucela abantu ukuthi bazohlala lapho ukhona. Do farming. That is not meant for development. And a practical example is that of Vaikral that we spoke about. Is today a problematic area because it was not meant to be a township on its original, but it was meant to become farmers by the CPA. Unfortunately, they converted into a township. The leadership of municipality and the community of this VK, please take note that the 4th casino license in the province is now going to be opened, and you'll have the opportunity as well to participate to have the casino here in Victor Kanye, which it will assist the development of this particular area. During the opening of the legislature last year and during the SOPA this year, the Premier of the province, Honorable Mandlandlovu, reiterated that the province is planning to open a mining school and other specialized school in the province. Because we are a mining province, it is prudent for government to establish a mining school so that we can have miners that are professionally trained to become miners. We expect Victor Kanye also benefit from this initiative. On the matters of basic service delivery, a lot of groundwork has been covered. However, we'll be the first to admit that lot still needs to be done. A multi-year extension of bulk water and sanitation infrastructure in Vaikral, Abur, and Groenfontein is at a feasibility stage. The construction of 3 water treatment package plant is underway and it should be completed by this year as the year comes to an end, which is December 2025. Delmas wastewater works is currently being upgraded through the Nkangala District Municipality and the Department of Water and Sanitation. I have personally visited the project, which is an over 300 million project, and it will be concluded around November this year. Currently, there are 4 boreholes pumping into the Delmas water treatment plant. A further 6 boreholes are in the process of being refurbished with the assistance of Exaro Mine. We must thank them to assisting us in that regard. In order to deal with the outrage affecting Butleng proper, business and Delmas Extension 14, the municipality is currently completing the 9-kilometer overhead line from Delmas Main to D1 switching station. We'll continue with our program of patching potholes as well as regraveling and regrading our road infrastructure. Our partnership with Somhlaba Resources has assisted us in rehabilitating R555. We have committed ourselves to assist the families who were allocated site here in Victor Khanya. We had about 843 people under PHP who received their houses, who have not received their houses today. Those people, because according to the policy, they have benefited on the title deed as well as sites. They are still waiting the houses. We must confirm today, in the next financial year, with April, we shall give these 843 houses so that we complete the set. Speaker, there are 256 asbestos roofs here in Victor Khanya. They are within the plan for the next financial year to eradicate roofs, which is asbestos, la Victor Khanya. We have done it in Tipaliseng, we have done it at Chief Albert Litul, we have done it at Dr. Jess Morocco. The next round is here at Victor Khanya, and we have made assessment. There are 256. We shall eradicate them. That's make us to progress. And masi ti roof asikhulumi ngamazenge, sikhuluma ngama-tiles amahle kakhulu. Mafuna kuzwa ukuthi i-roof i-asbestos ya eradicatewa uze la eMpumalanga uzobona ukuthi se eradicator ngempela. Madam Speaker, I'm glad to report to this House that yesterday the Honorable Premier handed over an early child development center as well as the community hall to the people of Victor Khanya in Butleng Extension 6. We want to urge the community of Victor Khanya and the municipalities ukuthi la iholo niphathe kahle i-accommodator over 1,000 yabantu. Umasipala uzafaka izitulo. Seyiphelile, it can be used. Want to see lapha kuba nama beauty contest, kuba nemichato, so that that wall can be utilized, that wall can equally benefit the community. Ningayishisi. Sifake kanye ne-early childhood in that area. Ngoba we believe with abantwana, njengoba that area is new. In that community, they've got small kids. They must go to early childhood. They must go to crash. They must learn at an early time. So hambisana abantwana ningabashiyi ekhaya. Bakwazi ukufunda, bakwazi ukuzosincedisa somphakathi walapha eVK masiyaphambili. Indeed, lokho kuchaza ukuthi lo mbuso uyanekelela. We are a caring government. Madam Speaker, the contribution of our people in public hearing of this TLP program is something to be commended. They were very clear with issues without chaotic but in orderly manner. Lokho kushabulisile. At times, Victor Kanye is said to be known with other things. Reality tells us this is a community ifuna development and we must all contribute without playing politics in this case. Madam Speaker, allow me to make a clarion call to our people of Victor Kanye as well, to say, please, people of Victor Kanye, khokhelani ama-service, ukuthi lo masipala wenu uzokwazi ukulinakekela. We are aware some of our people are not working, and those who are working cannot hide behind those who are not working. However, we want to encourage all those not working to register the indigent so that these municipalities can get equitable share that is sufficient to service you. Hambani no palesa under indigent, umasipala akwazi ukuthola imali ku-National Treasury, so that i-National Treasury isinike ngoba inani labantu la likhuphuke kakhulu. Masibuka izibalubalo, iVictor Kanye, you are number 4 in terms of the growth. Since 2010, kuzofika manje, kuyabonisa ukuthi lo masipala wase Victor Kanye ukhule kakhulu. You are now over 106,000 households. That suggests that the infrastructure you have is no longer able to address your needs. And for you to make sure that this infrastructure does not collapse, you must pay services. Ngiyacela umphakathi wakithi esisebenza kwasikhokheleni. Under education, 78% of the kids here in the VK in 2019 passed matric. 2024, 83.2 passed matric. That means there is a growth here in Victor Kanye. We must commend and congratulate the class of 2024 that they have done well. However, the challenge is on the class of 2025, which must take us to 90%. We have built and renovated a number of classes, including ablution facilities in various schools here in Victor Kanye. That included the Del Park Primary School, Mafa Max Mutloung Secondary School, Utandweni Primary School, Pambanani Secondary School, Ritcall Primary School, and Sesizulwini Primary School. Lekama zakwasa selchenche utility mashilo so siwazi ubizeka lola the speaker. We have heard your concern about the multi-grade classroom and the poor condition of school in Vaikral, which the name of the school is Manyavela Primary School. We heard that. What we have done as a government immediately after this concern, we have added 2 more mobile classrooms to respond in this area. I must indicate, Speaker, that the area of a Vaikral, as we said earlier, is not a formal area, it's an informal area. We have since indicated and directed the HODs together with the Chief Director, Umama Uslangu, to immediately move a process of transferring the land from rural development to municipality. And immediately, Department of Coxstar, through the section of human settlement, shall start the process of making sure that area gets proclaimed. That will give us an opportunity to start to put proper infrastructure, including building proper school in the area. We would not have done that until the area gets proclaimed. We'll continue to monitor and arrest those who damaged, steal properties. And we stand by you, Honorable Masia, that all people who does things that are not right must be arrested. We support the program presented by the safety to make sure that each school that is problematic, you provide a police officer to adopt that school. So at Abandu, they don't have to report to the police, but they must report to that policeman, that policewoman about their problem. That we believe is very progressive in addressing education. Remember, education is not belong to Department of Education, but is for everyone's business, including you honorable members, is part of our duty. In terms of health, we have listened the complaint from members of the community with regard to the operating of hours of our clinic. I must report that here in Victor Kanye, there are 3 clinics. 2 of them operate 24 hours, and that is Butling Proper and Butling Extension 6. And the other one is operating 8 hours. I must indicate there are rules that regulate the 24-hour clinic and the 8-hour clinic. But the 2, they qualify and are indeed operating, and we are grateful for that. Under social development, abject poverty, hunger, unemployment, substance abuse, and gender-based violence and femicide, all these social illness demand a response from government. Government has appointed a non-profit organization to assist in looking after these most vulnerable members of our communities. And we have heard honorable members as we have presented some of the member statements today. We stand by that. We have learned there is a community that require a place to do the gymming, Abokoko, Casetel Park. I'm happy to hear that one of the community members has volunteered to give labo gogo indawo yokuthi bosiqova lapho bajime. So we want them to be joined abobaba, hayi abogogo kuphela. Nani bobaba nosijova jova lapho nikwazi kuphungula ukugula ngoba you can reduce the high blood pressure neshukela when you do exercise. That's quite encouraging. It's an eye-opener to listen to the contribution from the community of this municipality. Facing the communities, one of them has been the scourge of the GBVF, has become the second pandemic. And as in Mpumalanga province, we have our hands on deck to deal with this scourge. We are the first province to launch the council to fight GBVF, but over and above the launch, we still have a long way to go. One thing that must be clear is that we are not going to rest until the communities are free from the perpetrators of the GBVF. However, we must indicate that the culprits are amongst us. They are our brothers, our fathers, some of our children, our uncles, our neighbors. What we should do as the community, we must all put our hands together and fight this cause of the GBF. Sorry, Speaker. We live with the culprits all the time, and we must report. And equally, never ever, when the case is open, community, nebe nema discussion eceleni. Manivule icala, liyekeni icala liyekhotho umuntu aboshwe. Noma ubaba, noma stepfather wasekhaya makaboshwe. Drugs are very high here, and MEC Masia, you must proceed with your program to respond to this challenge. Here in in Victor Kanye, you are number 1 in terms of the attempted murder in the provincial statistics. You are number 1. You are also number 4 and number 5 on car hijacking and contact crime on provincial ranking respectively. All those issues must be fought, and all of us must contribute to fight this crime. We cannot fight crime alone. We are in the process of implementing a crime prevention strategy which includes the deployment of 1,200 crime prevention warders throughout the province. Victor Kanye, you are going to benefit from this deployment of the wardens in making sure that we reduce crime in our area. We will continue to support creative arts and all other forms of arts in the province. In Victor Kanye, we are also supporting 13 sporting clubs on annual rotational basis. As part of our contribution to the Freedom Charter principle of opening doors of learning to all, we are renovating the Butleng Public Library, and we have completed installing internet services and learning material and electronic books to Delmas, Butleng, Sandra public libraries. We must encourage our communities to go to libraries in making sure that they equip themselves with knowledge and the skill. Honorable members, we do understand the challenges, especially the inadequate water supply, with high in the informal settlement, housing backlog, high unemployment, high level of crime, long queues in health facilities, overcrowding, and scholar transport. It was the best decision, Madam Speaker, to bring us to this part of Mpumalanga. Our people told us and we are responding, and we shall respond accordingly. Madam Speaker, we are again making the commitment as Mpumalanga provincial government that when we say Upunya Luthulu, though you will not see Uluthulu today because it's raining, but vele Uluthulu liyapunya lapha Victor Kanye. Our projects are moving. The number of projects already completed and those in the pipeline as outlined respective by MECs during our engagement on Tuesday is a clear indication of agenda to address poverty, unemployment, and inequality. Let us all commit that fighting poverty, unemployment, and inequality should unite all of us as the community of Victor Kanye. We are looking forward to work with the community of this area. The Premier shall hold the mining indaba on the 17th of April 2025. In that mining indaba, will indeed make sure that our mine, they respond to what is there in the CII, that they are responsible and they must contribute to the infrastructure that our community we are facing. As we come to the end of this interaction, we are leaving councillors behind, we are leaving the mayor, we are leaving departments behind. They will come back and respond area to areas where they have raised the issues. As we all know, Honorable House, you shall hold us responsible on the issues that we have said we are going to do, and we shall do it, and we are quite happy. As Department of Human Settlement and Government, we have concluded the process of appointing the 287 traditional leaders in the form of the headman and headwoman. We are grateful, and come by the 1st of April, the process of their remuneration shall indeed begin so that they are accommodated. Having said that, I want to thank the community of this area, each one of you, ngamunye ngamunye, for having contributed, including our business communities, and we want to encourage you all the time to make a contribution where is possible. Remember, where there is hunger, there will be crime. If all of us we can respond, we shall reduce crime all the time. Siyabonga, Speaker. Thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to respond. Thank you very much. Siyabonga.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mashilo, for this very well delivered, closing remark or closing address to this TLP. Honorable members, ngivumeleni ukuthi ngisho ukuthi siyabonga ukuthi namhlanje la ngaphakathi kwethu sina executive mayor wase district yaseNkangala uBaba Ngwenya. We appreciate also the presence of the local executive mayor ubabe Bhuta kanye na speaker womkhandlu ubabe Ngoma. Ngaphakathi kwethu honorable members namalunga womphakathi sivakashelwe iMpumalanga Provincial House of Traditional and Khoisan Leaders elidwa namhlanje uHoshi Mkwena. Sifuna kubonga kakhulu Hoshi ukuhlala usupporta siyileshaya mthetho uhambisana na Hoshi Hadi umhlala kanye na inkosi umthethwa kule nkangala Local House of Traditional and Khoisan Leaders sina inkosi uSS Mahlangu, inkosi Iphichane, inkosi MS Mabhena, inkosi SA Mabhena nabondaba ezitha bakanzuzana bakwaManala. Sifuna ukubonga kakhulu ubukhona benu. Phindani ke mphakathi wase Victor Khanye ningivumele ukuthi nginibonge kakhulu ukuthi nithathe lethuba lenu kusukela ngomsombuluko nizo attenda lesivakasho sethu sishaya mthetho ukuthi silethe ishaya mthetho ebantwini base Victor Khanye ukusukela ngomsombuluko kuze kube namuhla. SiyimPumalanga Provincial Legislature sifuna ukusho ukuthi siyishaya mthetho senu. Siyazinikezela futhi namhlanje ukuthi ngaso sonke isikhathi sizoqinisekisa ukuthi uhulumeni njengoba babemashilo asashilo wazibophezela ukuthi bawuhulumeni iziphi izinto abazozenza sishaya mthetho siqinisekisa ukuthi sizokwenza ama follow ups kulama commitments la ugovernment awenzile thina through public participation. Honorable members, our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, sifuna ukusho ukuthi we have come to the end of our program today. We are requested to remain standing until the procession has left the chamber. We have come to the end of the business day today. The House is adjourned until Tuesday, the 18th of March 2025 at the Chamber of Legislature at 14 hours 15 minutes. Thank you very much.
All rise.
Happy birthday, fighter. Happy birthday.